Fell on brick stairs, knocked my teeth back pretty good. I had another seizure. I ran through a glass storefront. I remember going into the seizure with the aura, but then I would wake up on the other side and I'd be covered in blood. The doctor walked in and he said, "James, you had a seizure. Somehow you turned your stove on and your t-shirt caught fire." You know, that speaks a lot to living with epilepsy. You can't really do anything on your own. I got diagnosed when I was 18.
He was always a very good athlete, very active, played all the sports. All that changed his freshman year at the University of Texas. James was having these episodes. So that began this whole journey of what is epilepsy? What is a seizure? We had no idea what that was.
I asked my mom a bunch of times if I can get a run, and I went out on a run, and next thing I know, I'm waking up at my house, coming out of a blackout at my house, and I wonder what's going on, and my mom informed me that I had a seizure, sure enough, a block away. I went down on the ground pretty good. The seizures, they got a lot worse. I fell on brick stairs, fell right on my head. 13 staples right there. And then the golf course, that was with my dad, and they all hit their tee shots. I just had a seizure, and they didn't hear it.
It's about 2 or 3 minutes, and in that period of time, James disappeared. And I looked over by the water fountain, I thought he was there, and he wasn't. And then I ran straight back to the lake. It was about probably 20, 30 yards back, and he was in the lake face down. And my cousin and I got him out and gave him CPR. So I thought he had drowned. Sure did.
I was hanging out with my friend here at the house, and I woke up on the other side in the burn unit in the ICU. And when I woke, the doctor walked in and he said, "James, you had a seizure. Somehow you turned your stove on and your t-shirt caught fire. And you have sustained 2nd, 3rd, and 4th degree burns to over 45% of your body." After the burn injury, that was when I found Dr. TANDON.
It was about 6 months later, Dr. TANDON called me on a Friday afternoon. He told me that, in so many words, that they found the problem.
So this is a small abnormality in the base of the skull where the temporal lobe lives, and it's called a temporal meningoencephalocele. You see that there's an outpouching.
He said, "We need to have surgery, we need to take that out, and I feel like that's going to cure your epilepsy."
It was a pretty big cut, starting at the forehead, kind of a horseshoe shape to my ear.
He came out of the surgery, and I gave him a big hug, and Dr. TANDON said, "We got it." We, of course, all sort of started crying, but we believed him. But with epilepsy, you really don't know if it's fixed until you don't have seizures.
1 month went by, no seizures. 2 months went by, no seizures. And 3 months went by, and my doctor told me I could drive. I was like, wait, what? You know, I pulled out my truck keys that I had in high school when I was 16. Me and my dad went for a drive.
I'll never forget the first day he drove. It was like when he was 3 years old and he rode a bike the first time down the street with me holding him, you know. It was just the greatest day ever.
And now he's getting married, he can have a family, has a job, you know. It was miraculous.
My life was changed. It was absolutely changed. When I had the surgery and my seizures were cured and I experienced that first taste of running by myself, it stuck with me big time. So then I was like, you know what, I'm running the half marathon. Callie, my fiance, she did it for the Epilepsy Foundation 2 years prior. It's my turn to be able to raise money for this. I ran the half marathon last year. I crossed the line, I was thinking to myself, is that it? Because, you know, I thought I could have kept going. This is my first full marathon this year, and I'm running for the Epilepsy Foundation. This foundation, they've done a lot for me, and it feels really good for me to give back to them, trying to raise as much money as possible. People who are, you know, contributing to my fundraiser, they know what they're contributing to the Epilepsy Foundation. It helps them gear into the marathon, helps them gear into fundraising. It's all just great. You know, as I stand here today, I'm seizure-free. I really like to speak to a lot of people with epilepsy. I like to speak to a crowd full of people that don't know what epilepsy is. I know that it's a lot of mental struggles associated with a disability like epilepsy. You know, since I got out of that hole, you know, I think it's just my duty to share and, you know, my duty to help others. If they see my story and they see me on the other end not having seizures and I can go out and run a marathon, I hope it just provides hope for people who are suffering from seizures.